Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people who identify as whatever, it's 2026. I love you all if you listen to this podcast, and more people are listening to the podcast now, which is blowing my mind. It's only like 25 years or something I've been doing it, and finally people are listening. But if you're listening on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, wherever it is, I'm begging you, please take just a wee second to hit the subscribe button or the follow button or whatever button it is, so you make sure you get this episode into your phones or whatever, into your technology boxes. Isn't that what they say?
Yes.
Every Thursday. And if you want it earlier, if you're like, I'd love it on a Wednesday, patreon.com/SLY Guy podcast. You get the SLY Guy podcast, which follows this main episode, and you get loads of other stuff like vlogs. I've been in Barcelona and Lisbon recently, in London. There's all vlogs over there. There should be, and this is adding pressure actually on Gary and Johnny to make those videos. But hey, that is what it is. You're here for this podcast, and let's just get into it. Today I'm here with one of my favourite... I suppose you're a man now, really, sadly, aren't you? You're not really even nearly boy.
I'm nearly 30, like.
Yeah, well, you're a man, but will you always be a boy to me? It's everyone's favourite man boy.
I'll always
William
be
Thompson.
An internal boy.
An internal boy?
Eternal boy, maybe.
Eternal boy?
Eternal boy.
Yeah, you don't want to be an eternal boy like Michael Jackson, though.
No, he wasn't an eternal boy. He was an eternal boy lover.
Right, okay, that's okay.
I like little boys.
Because not a lot of people want to be a boy forever. You know, Peter Pan and people who want to be boys forever, you try to steer clear of them.
Do you know there's a theory that Peter Pan was actually the bad guy? I'm pretty sure in the original fairy tale he is the bad guy. Okay,
this is an interesting take, because I could imagine him being a bad guy, but what is it supposed to be?
Apparently
making him a bad guy?
He takes kids and keeps them forever young by murdering them. I haven't read the original fairy tale. I could just be online too much.
I'm going to go as far as to say, if that is what he did, it's a bad guy.
Yeah, he's speaking out against that.
Yeah, do you reckon he's maybe a child lifter? Because they're lost boys. How do they get lost? He takes them.
That sounds like something my dad would call a homosexual.
A child lifter? Yeah, he could be too. Yeah. Peter Pan. Yeah, but it's a weird name, Peter Pan, like, isn't it? It's a real Nancy name.
Yeah.
I'm going to hang out with Peter Pan and his wee boys.
But that's why apparently Captain Hook's the good guy, because he's trying to save the kids from Peter Pan.
And then Peter Pan cut his hand off, which is a dick move.
Fed it to a crocodile, like. That's sly.
That's, you know what, see if you get your hand cut off, bad enough. Like, it sucks to have your hand cut off. But stick it in an ice box, stick it in a Yeti box, off the hospital, reattached, bish bash bosh. When you fuck it into crocodile.
Aye. Can't get that back.
Just like what happened to thingies. Caddy, isn't it? Happy Gilmore.
The Chubbs?
Yeah. The crocodile got his hand, didn't he? And then he got that big sweet wooden number.
Isn't it though, there was a time in history that's what they, like, now they have prosthetic hands and limbs. They used to just be like, you're getting a weapon.
Yeah, we're going to put a hook in your, like, even more modern, like the guy that I look like, Abu Hamza.
Yeah. The
radical cleric. And I mean that in, I think his views are radical. He's not like into surfing and shit.
Yeah, he's not skateboarding.
Which it'd be so wick if he fell trying to grab on something.
Trying to do an ollie on his skateboard and get stuck.
Oh, no. Yeah, I don't think he's radical as in gnarly, definitely not. But surely he was at a point where they'd be like, we could just give you an alternative.
Yeah, it's modern, getting George Foreman grill on there or something.
Yeah, or you know what, get a stand, like a wee book stand, because he's reading the Quran all the time.
Get a wee tripod and be a vlogger.
There you go.
Just, hey guys.
Well, not anymore, he's in the Slammer, sadly. Which is pretty gnarly. Yeah, I mean,
hey guys, here's my.
Yeah, but then
I'm in jail, and the thumbnails are like that.
Yeah, and he's cut.
I became the prison bitch,
and he's just cut his whole face. I forgot about that. That would be a class one if you were a vlogger. You get this prosthetic hand on, and that's all you can do. And then the other hand is just the GoPro.
Did you call it a pathetic hand? No. Which is so insulting to the disabled community.
A prosthetic hand.
We'll get you some pathetics.
Listen, mate, I'm not having a go at the disabled community right now. I feel like everyone's been gunning for the disabled community in the last week. It's been problematic.
There's a culture war going on that I unfortunately have to take a side in. I've been drafted.
Yeah, so for anyone that doesn't know, there was a wee bit of I don't know what I would say, but a bit of a controversy at the Baftas.
Bit of an argy-bargy.
Yeah, a wee, a bit of a kerfuffle.
Would you describe it? Does it qualify as a fracas?
You know what?
A fracas?
No, because what it should have been a fracas.
Yep.
Because what would have been a fracas would have been if the people who were presenting had it kicked off. That would have been a fracas. But they kind of just were like, all right, okay, SLY.
Yeah.
And carried on.
You would have seen Michael B. Jordan just jump into the crowd and beat the fuck out of a guy with Tourette's.
Michael B. losing the plot, like he just jumped in, beats the shit out, and then what slides are like, Michael B. Jordan and the other dude, you know.
It is, so what happened to those that don't know?
For those that don't know, there was the Baftas took place, and there was a film that was up for, was it best film and like load of things.
Yeah.
And it was about this guy with Tourette's syndrome. And Tourette's is where people have like involuntary tics, and it can sometimes affect people verbally, and they can say things like, you know, the old classic people like, oh fuck wanker, you know, your man Pete from Big Brother.
Oh, everyone loves him. They're like, what a fun guy.
Yeah, and
wankers.
Bit intense though too, aside from the Tourette's.
Yeah,
but then this film's made. They invited the person that the film is based on, who obviously is a Tourette sufferer, to the Baftas, and I mean, Tourette's going to Tourette, you know what I mean? Like, you've got it. It's kind of going to happen, like, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
it's one of those, like, no one wins in that situation because he can't control it. They also, you know, they've been subjected to a terrible word.
Yeah.
That they shouldn't hear at the Baftas. But also, I feel they're like.
Oh yeah, so we didn't say that. That was what actually happened. The Michael B. Jordan and, I mean, it's so disrespectful, the other actor. They're both black men, were presenting an award. This guy with Tourette's involuntarily shouted the N-word to them on stage, which of course not cool. But then there's the backlash is this is a disgrace. However, that is his condition that he cannot have any control over.
And it's one of those where like, oh, do you get a pass now because you're disabled to do that? You're like, when that is your literal disability.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be like, oh, you fucking fat bitch. Sorry, mate, I'm dyslexic. You can't be that.
No, that's true, yeah.
Oh, he called me a queer. Well, he is far-sighted, so he doesn't know any better. But that's his specific
he's
disability.
limb different, I'm sorry.
Limb different?
Yeah. That's
Paraplegic, limb biscuit, disabled, or tribute band.
Limb different. Jumps and can't get up.
Yeah. Rolling, though, they brought props. Unreal.
Yeah, but
break stuff, just my spine.
But people are just kicking off about it now, and they're like, this is the thing, right? I think it's got to the point where it is a call. I don't know. For me, I'm sitting on the fence, I guess.
Yeah, I have to take a side.
Yeah,
you know, I have to be pro-disabled
because like I've been got before for, believe it or not, my comments about only really Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande really have been the things.
Well, that's when you attract theatre kids
off.
And they you know, they'll come at you with pitchforks.
But listen, the Baftas, you're going to get theatre kids there. They love it.
It's one of those, like, you know, it's not that obviously it's a hurtful word. I can't dispel that. I'm not black. I don't know what feels like to be called that. So you can't be like, oh, don't get your feelings hurt. Yeah. Obviously, you can be like, what the fuck? But also, it's not his fault.
But it's also like...
Jamie Foxx, like, he meant it. And you're like, he really didn't. Or any word he could have said, he used that one. You're like, yeah, that's what...
But that's the thing,
this guy met the Queen and to her face went, fuck the Queen.
Yeah. No, that's just what he wanted to happen.
yeah. Also he goes to the airport screaming like, I've got a bomb. It's like, you know that thing, you're in a situation, you're like, what's the worst thing? Did you ever get someone hands you a newborn baby and you ever think in the back of your mind, you're like, I could volley this baby? Yeah, but this you never do it.
But this is the thing with intrusive thoughts. I remember for me personally, it was whenever I was in Edinburgh doing the Fringe a few years ago. Every day I had to walk across that bridge, you know, just above the train station. And every time I was like, if I wanted, I'd jump.
100%.
And then that's what makes me scared. I'm like, what if I just lose control of my thought?
Sometimes in really serious situations like business meetings and stuff, I have a very big urge to just punch someone in the face. Yeah. Not because I want to hit them, just because I'm like, how would this sour the atmosphere if I just hit you a slap?
But see the N-word, right? Everybody knows what it is and it lives in people's head. It's there. They know it. Yeah. So like if you have that you can't control and it's in there, you can't control it.
Yeah. It's also... What offended me way more is I was telling you Paddington presented an award.
Yeah. Oh no.
And he was rude to Paddington and that bothered me way more.
What did he call Paddington?
A wanker.
Oh no. And like, you know what?
Because Paddington was up there like, and Aunt Lucy says I should pack plenty of marmalade for the Baftas. And he just goes, wanker! And I'm like, yo, get him the fuck out. How fucking dare you?
But what was extra mean about it? They were like, listen, the dude, this is his apology, right?
See, he calls Paddington a wanker, even though it's a costume. You can see the guy in the costume is a bit like,
oh. Like, have you seen Paddington's
why don't you
claws?
shut up, fucker?
Yeah. Oh, imagine.
Paddington goes full death job.
Yeah. But but that's the thing about it. Like they later are like, listen, the Baftas don't know what to do. They have no idea how to react to this. They're like, by the way, it stopped in the second half of the show. We didn't ask a guy to leave. He chose to leave himself. And they're like, well, I mean, that's fair. But they're like, we can't make him leave because it is his condition.
Well, here's people think being inclusive to disability just means we'll just not pull a face when they walk in. It's not work. You have to be aware this kind of thing will happen. That's the actual work, and I don't think a lot of people want to really deal with it. People think it's, no, I'm good because I don't laugh at them.
Yeah.
And you know, it's actual work you have to do now.
So not laughing at them is not enough?
No. If anything.
But I laugh at you all the time. I think you're funny.
Yeah, you should. Just don't do it when I run.
All right, okay.
That's what I mean.
That's the funniest, though, to be fair.
That's what I mean, yeah. No. People I feel mixed up sometimes when I talk about my disability with, you can just call him a fucking spastic to his face and it's fine.
Yeah, but that is where obviously there are issues, because like words, like obviously the N word is the most, they're like, you could never say that. But why then is it sweet to think you can use the R word there? You know what I mean? It's like that.
Because I'm not going to do anything about it, that's why. Okay. That's why it's not as scary.
Those two guys didn't. Like, I'd love to see them get into the crowd, beat the shit out of him, and then be like, oh, sorry, oops. Until
I get in there, like, award show. Yeah. That's the only reason an award show is interesting now.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, looking back on it, Will Smith, what a baller. Like, he goes up, slaps Chris Rock in the face, just stays there.
I kind of wish Chris Rock had just smacked him, but like, it just devolves into a brawl.
But then also, Chris Rock would get the fuck beat out of him by Will Smith. Will Smith's a tank.
Like, Will Smith is tanked. But
you know what? I was like obviously 100% on Team Chris Rock when it happened.
Yeah.
See now, a few years later, I'm a bit like I watched Will Smith's new show on Disney, and I'm like, Will was having a real bad time. Like,
I'm still Team Chris Rock because you can see Will Smith laughing, and then Jada does that. You know, when you try to feed your cat face off.
But you know what though? When you're married and you have a wife, you know when she gives you that look, you're like, oh no. Because it's happened to me before, where there's a big party out the back of our house. It was fucking going all night, and we just had Holly, was only a baby at the time, and Catherine was like, are you going to do anything about that? I'm like, nah, I might quieten down. She goes, or am I going to have to go? And I'm like, oh no, that means that I have to go because I can't not.
I'll say this, and you're a scary fella to look at, but I know you're a big teddy bear inside. Yeah. Catherine scares me, and I love Catherine. Yeah. Catherine's scary.
Yeah, well,
but she wants to be, not all the time.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, and I had to go around. Now, the thing about it was during COVID, this whole big party happened. So I went around, like, and I thought I'd just throw a black coat on, had a COVID mask on, and like my only experience of threatening people has been from my old job.
Yeah.
Dealing with
spray painting whites only on their
walls.
But
I'm allowed to decorate my house how I want. I mean, that's my choice. So I own the house, I can do it on.
Dave on MTV Cribs.
Just the way
this is my Fuhrer room.
Yeah. I mean, don't joke about that. I have a downstairs bathroom.
Just very like your full white robes. That's you're like, it's my bathrobe, but it fully has the hood now. Come on in, guys.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah. but find your way. All right, it's the only one with a burning cross in the garden.
Guys, sorry to interrupt this week's episode. I know you're having a great time, but I just want to tell you about what a great time I am having when I'm working with Omnia Wellness. Omnia Wellness are a wellness and health and fitness company who are going to help you get towards your health and fitness goals, whether that be weight loss, whether it be nutrition plans, personal training, whatever it is, medicated or non-medicated. For me personally, I'm on the Manjaro and I'm loving it. If you want to know exactly what Omnia Wellness offer you, head to their website, www.omniawellness.co.uk, and see exactly what plans you can tailor to your own needs. I recommend them. I think they're brilliant. They're also CQC regulated, which means they're legit. So what else can I say other than check it out? And, in fact, you get 20% off if you use my special discount code, SLYGUY20% at checkout. That's SLYGUY20% at checkout. So go and start your health journey with Omnia Wellness today, and then look this yoked. Right, back to the episode. But I went round, right, rapped the door, no one answered, and as I was knocking, I was getting more and more angry, and then I heard someone come to the door, and like my only point of context was like stuff I've heard people being threatened with before. So I went to the door and he goes, "You mean knock that music off?" He goes, "Or the next time I'll not knock." And they were like, all right. And then I walked away and I was like, that's fucking baller, like. And then
next time it's just you trying to pry open a window.
The music's just up, yeah. Next time, just be like, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to brick this house next time. I'm just going to fully assault the place.
Next time on that knocks, it's you, letterbox. Hello,
yeah,
sorry.
Sorry again.
I told you I wouldn't knock. I'll find more elaborate ways.
I'll come round the back door and just go. But yeah, that was bad. He's like, well, am I going to do it? I'm like, no, I'll do it.
Did you go back round?
No, they respected it enough. Which is good, but then they do have other parties, and then I'm just waiting until 11 o'clock at night, whenever that's the curfew for noise to stop, and if it doesn't stop at 11, I'll say to Catherine, can you go round? This time it's your turn, you know. But yeah, like you just have to like. But with that Will Smith show, I was like, right, you know what's going on there? This guy just has this guy's really sad and has a terrible time in life, and then there he is, his biggest moment potentially of his career, and he's fucked it. Like no matter what, him winning, like no one even really remembers he won an Oscar.
Yeah,
just remember.
Do you even remember when he won it for?
I being Venus Williams, that.
Yeah, King Richard.
Yeah, King Richard.
It's a good movie. It's a very good movie.
King Richard, one of the most popular bars in the East, the King Dick, love it. But
it's not based on the film.
No,
if any movie heads want to go, nothing to do with the movie.
I mean, I love that so much. I wonder if they've got any of Serena's rackets in here. No, they have a different kind of racket in here for sure. But it's not tennis.
Now, as a father of young girls, what is your opinion on the K-pop debacle?
Oh right, I was going to wonder where that was going. What's your opinion on? It's like, but right, here's the thing, right? The K-pop kickoff again. I don't know exactly what now.
Sounds like something you'd host on BBC iPlayer.
What's that? The K-pop
kickoff.
The K-pop kickoff show with me.
yeah. You and Rose who sings that apartment song.
Oh, it'd be great. That'd be a wall show. That'd be. But no, I didn't know what was going on until it kicked off in my mates' WhatsApp group.
Yeah,
being like, any of you lads at this shite? Oh no. So they were there. Like, I think what the problem was, everybody, the marketing of it was basically K-pop Demon Hunters.
No,
so it
wasn't.
But the parents, they were using the people, and it said it was using the font. It looked like K-pop Demon Hunters. It did.
No, it didn't. It looked like a K-pop cartoon. If you can't read, maybe it does.
Yeah, but it looks like it. It's the same sort of font and same sort of design. I mean, and as we all know, those kind of guys all look the same, don't they? Cartoons. Like, anime style cartoons are all very similar looking. So we were like, oh, it's Rumi and the girls.
I feel it was made very clear what the show was.
But what was the show then? So what's...
Just it'd be like having a Motown night. Right, it's like going to a Motown night and being annoyed the Jackson 5 aren't there. That's exactly what that is.
Yeah, but...
And also the people kicking off being like, I know what K-pop is. I watch K-pop all the time, my wains. K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah.
It's not that.
Yeah.
Disgrace.
But
I know parents are trying to do a good turn for their kids, but I feel it was the parents hyped their kids up.
But you know what
K-pop
also the problem with it was very dear, I think. So we're like, oh, it must be the Demon Hunters.
It's 50 quid. I don't think that's dear.
It must be for kids. Concert. It is for kids, like
in an arena these days.
Yeah, for kids.
Anything
keeping the kids up. You want to see Rumi and the girls. You want to actually see.
They don't exist.
They do.
They don't exist. They're not real people.
They were at the Christmas Day fete or Christmas fete at Macy's in New York singing and all.
Is that you're one step away from being in your car recording rants?
Why?
They were at Macy's
they were there.
Fete. I saw them.
But by the way, K-pop Demon Hunters is an absolute classic. It's a great film.
It is good, but it's not what that was.
But then what's funny is the two events, the one on the Monday, that there's been no complaints about because people are like, oh, actually, we know what it is now.
Yeah.
And they're like, you see these fucking K-pops being sexual and all.
I was waiting on K-pop coming out. K-pop didn't come out. That's like me going, I was waiting on trance coming out.
Yeah, where's trance? Yeah. Where's rave? Fuck's sake. I've come here to see opera. Where is he?
Where's Mr. Creamfield's classics?
Yeah. By the way, sounds like a porn guy. Oh, Mr. Creamfield's classic. Yeah, you look at a classic Creamfields. You look at a classic cream pie filled your ass. What?
But people's not pit. Like, I even did a stupid piss take video where I was in my car saying I went.
Did you do the accent?
No, I said I was looking for K-pop semen hunters and made it out like I was going to a kink night. I'm very clearly joking. I was like, I had a complaint too if I could speak through the ball gag.
Yeah. By the way,
comments underneath it going, actually read what the concert is. I'm like, I am fucking joking, you weeb.
But people do take things too literally.
Yeah.
By the way, K-pop semen hunters, what a line. I said that on a BBC show, got cancelled. Didn't get in it.
I was going to say because I hadn't heard that.
No, it's
you call me out, bro?
No, I'm not. Listen. I've been waiting to get you here. I said this in a small room on a panel show you weren't part of, that you weren't there, didn't get heard. How dare you? That it didn't mention anywhere else or put anywhere. Yeah, we dick.
And there's no way that's came up in conversation.
And you know what? It actually made the room kind of feel a bit weird because it sexualised the children's show. But I don't care. Wouldn't be a first time. No, I'm not going to go there. Wouldn't be because I do work for them a lot.
But you know what it is? I know what it is because I used to work in the Odyssey and it would happen. every time the Red Hot Chili Peppers were playing,
No.
you'd see people with 8 pints being like, when are the Chili Peppers coming on? And you're like, no time soon, because this is a pipe band.
I have a funny story about that, right? So, I think it was my mother-in-law or someone sent a text to be like, here, you'll never believe it. The Red Hot Chili Peppers are playing at Donegal Commons. Like, I mean, I don't think so. And then we looked at it as all the Pipers. I'm like, that makes far more sense.
It's one of those you have to be like, guys, did you not realise why are the Red Hot Chili Peppers £13 a ticket?
Yeah. Like, listen, they're just relaxing, you know, they're just doing work in progress.
The Chili Peppers were doing Armagh Marketplace, are they? For £12 a ticket on a Sunday.
But that happened again when my mother-in-law went to see Queen. She said, I believe Queen are playing the Waterfront Studio. I'm like, well, I mean, is that Alan Lambert and the boys? And like, I think it is. And obviously it wasn't. It was like the Queen's Queen, I think, was like students.
She's the Queen's Queen.
She's the Queen.
She's the other Queens like that Queen.
Yeah.
I remember someone I know works in the Ulster Hall was telling me there was one time, like last year or 2 years ago, that a Whitney Houston tribute night, people were complaining, being like, wasn't her. She's like, she's been dead 11 years. She's certainly not coming back to life for 20 quid.
Excuse me. Where's Whitney? I want to see her mummified corpse sitting side stage like something out of Psycho. Where is she? I mean, oh, fucking hell. It's Bobby
like,
Brown still in it.
I know you're dead, Whitney, but we do have Vienna.
Do better. But yeah, people just don't go out to have fun anymore. They love. I think almost some people like there to be like. I reckon there are people who are sitting at that K-pop thing going, yes, but I get to go in Belfast Live about this.
I also love the ones being like, it's dangerous to kids. Seeing them people in belly tops and hot pants, and they're recording a video speeding down the motorway with the kids in the back. Doing 90. Dangerous that you fuck up. Hold the phone. Told you we're getting a McDonald's.
But that's so true. And like, it is difficult. Like, see, like, even with Holly, who's 8, is doing dance competitions and stuff, and she like sees these kind of things, and she sees like fucking cool girls and all crop tops and wants to wear it. I'm like, yeah, but you can wear that, but definitely don't be wearing it.
So you just have to body shame your child.
Yeah, but like,
I'd be like, no, not yours. But if I was a father, here's what I do. Yeah. No, you're very fat.
Yeah,
and nobody wants to see that. And then they'll dress modestly.
Yeah, but that's it. Like, you should just do what my dad did and just beat the fuck out of us. Like,
yeah,
you're gonna wear that, and he didn't care what I wore. I'd just be sitting playing my PlayStation. He'd pop his head around the corner and go, "You're fat," and then leave him alone. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
But no, I as a parent, I do panic about, like, because obviously I am a fat guy, and I don't want the kids to get into that thing.
My nanny would do that. But she'd feed me.
Yeah.
There's one time she made me a full pizza and garlic bread. And I ate it myself, and then she came out, can't believe you ate all that. And I'm like, I fucking gave it to, what is this? My nanny will feed you and then be like, you're eating like a pig. I'm like, just don't fucking feed me then.
Yeah, but grannies are mad for that, like, and the worst.
It's one thing I do feel bad for women that I never really understood till I had a little sister. And seeing how women do kind of speak to each other.
Yeah.
And it's never, like, a mom would go to, like, your dad would go to you, like, all right, you fat bastard.
Yeah.
But my nanny would go to my sister like, you do have a pretty face.
Yeah.
It's just a shame about. And you're like, that's way worse.
Yeah.
Stop doing it. And then you go, don't do that. She goes, I didn't mean it like that. You're like, there is no other way that's meant.
Yeah. Like, and it's, I do think it's a thing where, like, they're like, having daughters, I'm acutely aware of the dealing with, like, the bitchiness side of things. Like, with guys, I think guys will tend to say stuff more and then joke about it. Like, you'd be like, oh, like, if I walked in the room, you'd be like, what the fuck? You'd be like, what the fuck have you done to your hair?
Yeah.
Like, was girls be like, oh, that's different. That looks all right, actually. And then I go, these
a lot of people wouldn't be brave enough to do that.
And I mean, it's a bit tight, but you're body confident. You're body confident.
Yeah. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But you.
Whereas
you do that.
I have an inability. Like, if someone comes in, like, I don't know what it is about hair, makes me piss myself laughing. See if someone has a stupid looking haircut, I'll just giggle.
What, the 2 years you told me you just would send me photos of Vince McMahon?
Yeah.
With the pompadour?
Yeah, that is so funny to me. And see, like, I love it so much when people are fighting and their hair is shaking. Like, I don't know what, I think it was a Patreon podcast I did with Shane. We were talking about, imagine being, like, shouted at by an angry Orthodox Jew and the curls are going everywhere and you're like going, what the fuck, I can't take you seriously. Fucking, you know, it's a weird.
It's just every now and then he has to go,
yeah, exactly. What are you doing? Fucking hell. And then like if someone has like the funniest to me is if someone has their eyebrows shaved off or their sideburns too high, it just makes the person look so weird.
I don't know why I have to check my
yeah, you're like,
eyebrows.
oh, they're still there. But then I remember my mate Maka went to a house party when we were in school one day.
Friends Paul McCartney.
And he was, he went to a house party. And he was wearing a Man United hat, which is very out of character for Paul McCartney. But he was wearing a United hat, like a beanie, and we were all at the house party. I said, mate, why have you got that on?
Sink a pint on the Heather's leg.
I kept it in the divorce.
I got a pathetic leg.
Yeah. Great callback. But he was wearing his hat and he was sweating and all. I was like, mate, why have you got the hat on? He goes, oh, like, my mum's fucking stitched me up. I was like, why? He goes, because he was always big into his sideburns. Like in school when you weren't allowed a beard, you had like pretty detailed
you had mutton
sideburns.
chops, basically, because
you made the effort, like pointing them and all. It was, and he was like, and I said, they're like, I need you to do them across the way. So like across the way, so they're, you know, down. She's fucking lobbed them off. So he takes off the hat and the sideburns are gone right to the top of his ears. And it's the funniest thing. And the rest of the party, like, fucking, I knew it. And everyone's like hyperventilating, pissing themselves at him. And he's just, the whole night, he just sat like in going out gear with a Man United PD on. So
do you ever, like, you weren't allowed, like, people who would put effort into the beards, and then there's guys who would just grow them and just weren't shaving them.
Yeah.
And they just look like an Amish farmer.
Yeah, they're the worst.
Like big, thick down the sides.
Oh my! I hate when, like, I do find it annoying seeing if people with their beard, like they can clearly grow a beard but they just do nothing with it.
Yeah,
that really annoys me. I'm like, man, look, and then see the people who can't grow a good beard but still just don't shave it and they're like scruffy guys.
I feel
like
bad for them. I feel
dudes.
you can carry a wee bit of extra weight if you've got a beard.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Oh, will you see this? I got reminded of how fat I was by my phone the other day. And like I you don't realise
give you your blood pressure.
It just no, but look, they sent me a photo of this time last year, and I was like, oh no, I hate that. I'm like, look at how fat my face is there.
Didn't you shave off your beard for stars in your eyes, and your daughters cried?
They cried. It was awful. But
did they actually cry?
No, Matilda was like, "What's your bead? What's your bead gone, Daddy bead?" I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Do you like it?" She went, "No." I was like, "Yeah, I will never shave my beard again." Now, see if I had hair, I might consider it for.
You
like,
really suit a beard.
But
you
yeah,
really suit it.
I need it. Like
I don't suit it, but look way worse without it.
You know, I think you do suit it. You know, because you do, like, you're a guy, I would say, that you try a lot of things. Like, you've, over the years I've known you, you've had a variation of hairstyles.
I look different.
Yeah,
every time.
Like you could well be a spy. Like, you've got that sort of ability to change. And there was a period maybe a couple of weeks ago where you looked like you were going for the mustache, but it's good to see the beard back.
What that was I was trying to. The barbers were closed, and I had a wee scraggly beard, and was trying to, and just kept fucking it up. So just had to go for the.
Yeah.
I basically just shaved it off because I kept fucking up the cut.
Yeah,
but I hated having the mustache.
Yeah, no, I hate the look of mustaches now. You know what I mean? I mean, this is probably offending some people here, but my opinion on mustaches is they look relatively stupid on younger guys.
Oh, the mullet and mustache combo.
Yeah, I think the people that do that are making up for the fact that probably not much personality going on there. And people are like, you've got a mustache,
man,
mate.
they drink craft beers and wear dungarees.
Yeah.
What more do you need of them, man?
Stravas, dressed like big babies. Like, you know what, man? The sun can get into your cap this way. Bend the peak. Bend the peak. And you know what? Here's how you can make a wee coffee. Put on the kettle, get a wee scoop in, mix around. You don't need to do a full science experiment. You shouldn't have a Bunsen burner and a pipette to make a fucking coffee, you loser.
Oh, man, that's strong.
Oh, listen. I told you I like my coffee. Like I like my man. Strong and black. Just leave an aftertaste in the mouth when it's swallowed.
See, I'm trying.
Do not clip that. That's fucking
what the fuck, dude?
I'm sorry. I got a bit too excited there. Whoa.
Talking about your daughters, I mean, like, I swallow large black cum. Yeah, I love being a father, but also love just getting fucking piped by dudes.
Yeah, but you
nothing better than being a father, but glaze me like a donut. See, you just hold a baby in your arms. You'll never love something like this, but also leave my throat like a cream egg.
You'll never love anything like this, but you've not been railed by a linebacker. But you know what? Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know why I did that. I just sometimes when this is the thing, like people.
Time flies so quickly when you're watching them grow up. Also, I have to brace myself when I sneeze now. In case my arse just opens.
Oh, in case my intestines fall out my hoop. Like, you need to. But no, I do think there is a like a genre of guy who you just know they're beige.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't go
Skin
back.
tone?
No.
What the fuck? Dude?
No, just the mullets, the mustaches.
Yeah.
And again, it's like I look back to a lot of rugby guys as well. Like, back in the day, you'd be like, oh, you've grown a mullet, you must be great crack.
Yeah.
Doing shoeies and all, and then passing out in the corner and crying because you're lonely, mate. Sort yourself out. I just don't like it.
No.
I like
Mullets are like Nazis, and now I can't believe they're back.
Yeah.
I thought they'd be gone forever.
I know they should be. Like, because then mullets, I think people do it because aren't we mad? And you go, yeah, but you don't look good with that.
Some
You don't
people
look
do.
good.
But I think if you look good with a mullet, you'd look good with anything.
Mm-hmm.
I tried a mullet and didn't look good with it.
No, mullets are weird. You looked a wee bit like a horse when you had the mullet. It was more like a mane.
What the fuck?
You had like the horsey style.
That's everyone thought I had a perm, and I was like, no, this
Yeah.
is just my hair. Actually, I have really, really curly hair.
Yeah,
Which is a fucking nightmare.
if I grew my hair out, I would have like the Terry Nuckins Hulk Hogan thing going on. That'd be it.
Oh, can you still go around the sides?
Oh, the sides are good, and I can grow hair, so I could do the Ronaldo, the World Cup 2002 winner Ronaldo, OG. But there's nothing going on at the back, like.
No, you should have shaved head.
You know what? I'm going to say, I didn't want to end up. Obviously, nobody goes, I hope my hair falls out.
Yeah.
But now that I'm gone, like, and I look back at photos of myself with hair, I'm like, that does look a bit weird.
Well, you know what it is? People always go like, why do men get so upset when they start going bald? And it's not like you go bald and nobody brings it up.
Yeah.
It's not like you go bald, no one mentions it. You
Yeah.
get fucking tortured for it.
Yeah. And then it's like, there is a time where, like, here, and this is the thing, it's like whenever you're fat,
Yeah.
and when you're losing your hair, people are like, do you know? Yeah.
There's a habit that I still
know.
have of when I was bigger, and I still am a wee bit chubby,
Yeah.
but like, and there's like a trend that goes on TikTok for this. It's like
Yeah.
when you're out with your friends and
Yeah.
you remember that you're fat as fuck, and it's him laughing, they just goes,
Yeah.
and you're like, fuck yeah. Or they're just like doing anything, but still putting his shirt back.
Because there was one, like, when you're just about to be, like, when you're lined up to be shot and you're fat, it was like, but it is, because there is nothing more embarrassing as a fat person than whenever, like, you fall slightly and your shirt lifts up and your belly's all wobbling and wobbling.
Or you're like, just do this, and it just
Yeah.
all comes, and you're like, oh.
But you know what a real bad moment for me was? That I was like, oh dear. Now, it took me a long time to actually try to address it, but Holly put a dummy in my belly button one day. I was like, oh no.
Lost it.
It stayed in. It was like a mouth. She just went, boop.
Have you a belly
Oh,
button?
dear.
Like where my nipples and belly button look like I'm constantly surprised.
No.
Like,
Oh, yeah. No, you wee small nipples. You're evolved as well, like that.
are we tiny nipples?
Yeah.
What's that mean? I'm evolved.
Well, this is what I say to people. I have really small fingernails and really small nipples. And I say, like, men don't need fingernails or nipples. So I'm just like, I must be more evolved, further along in
Oh, I
evolution.
thought this was an actual theory. No.
No, but unless I am right, which I probably am not. Because this is the thing. See, when you say stuff in podcasts, I think people take everything you say literally.
Yeah.
To the point that it's a problem. And sometimes you second guess yourself to go, should I be saying this or is this mental?
That's a problem I've had because you know me as a person. Like people are always like, "Oh, he's too loud." No, see when I'm actually really joking, deadpan as fuck.
Yeah.
And then I realized I'm like, "Oh, some people really need a spoon fed to them."
Yeah.
That I'm not being serious.
Though? Sometimes I think you should just say to people, listen, we do this because it's fun. Yeah. And we enjoy doing it. And see if you don't like it, you don't have to listen, it's all good. Yeah,
that's it.
But you know what you shouldn't do? Just like hate it and be like, oh, because you know what? You just don't have to watch it anymore.
See when someone's really angry and you're not bothered, it's amazing.
Yeah. But now there are some things that I think, like, do you ever find in the world of like comedy or entertainment or whatever, like when a new show comes out or something comes out, if you don't love it like everyone else loves it, are you like, I don't know if I can ever express this?
But it's like
because they might be like, oh, you're just jealous.
I think, and we're talking on a philosophical level here, David. I think there's a yin and yang effect to everything. That is popular. Say a show will get, someone will hate it just because it's too popular and everyone likes it, and they don't love it, so they don't get it. You'll never have something that's universally loved. So the amount of popularity it generates, it will then generate an equal level of disdain.
Yeah, no, I will go as far as to say, with Game of Thrones is the example I like to use. I didn't watch it because I just think everyone talking about it, I don't know what it is in me that it's just a wee dick. I think, no, I'm not watching it.
Because you're a contrarian wee fucker.
Probably, yeah. And contrarian are a type of people in Game of Thrones as well, I believe. And I would just ignore that. And then I ended up watching it and was like, class.
So I'm reading the books now.
This is class.
Because wee boy's on the Kindle.
Oh, listen, I've heard all about your Kindle.
Have you?
Oh, I mean, mainly by you in green rooms, but yeah, you've got this. I've never seen it, but I've heard all about it.
Oh no, I have two Kindles.
Oh no.
So I have one for books and then one for that's a notebook.
Okay.
So
you can also get books and notebooks.
Yeah, but these are more compact. I'm an iPad baby. I grew up with technology. It's just what I'm more comfortable with.
Okay, so your Kindle's for reading and your other Kindle's, is it a Kindle or just a notebook?
It is a Kindle. It's a Kindle Scribe, it's called. Mm-hmm. So you can get books on it, and it's good if you're reading like notebooks and trying to research. You can annotate.
Yeah. Oh, right, okay.
It's really handy for that. But also, it's just a notebook that saves your notes into different files, but it doesn't connect to the internet. And that's the vital thing.
Right, okay.
When you're trying to work.
But also, a page doesn't connect to the internet.
Yeah, but I lose pages. So, do you know, I've only realised now, see how much better I would have done in school, because I used to lose all my notes and then have to do them when I'm trying to revise.
That's something that I
How
think.
much better I would have done in school if I had that.
But also, I think, like, I'm a big believer that school is, like, there's massive good reasons for it and going to it.
Sounds like you should go back to it.
I think, massive.
School is massive good.
There's massive good reasons for school. I think you should go back to school. It's very good. Helps you get education, smart, and I'll get a job.
Like I'm real smart fast.
You can do whatever you want in life.
So that's your opinion, is that education is massive good?
I think school is obviously, I loved school, but I didn't get anything really educational out of it.
Yeah.
Like, I loved the social aspect of it. I loved, like, the sports side of it. I loved the friends and the crack. If anything, the classes got in the way of a good time for me.
Yeah.
But I think, like, having learned how to, like, learn and study more, having left school, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like, take information in. I'm like, fuck, I would have benefited more. Like, university was a waste of time for me.
Yeah,
and then having went and worked in, like, a job and gone back, I'm like, I could actually apply myself way better now that I've learned to do that.
Yes.
And, like, certain school topics that I'm like, well, I look at, like, home economics, to me, I'm like, that was a waste of time.
I would argue that's one of the more important ones.
But what they do in my day was shit. I'm like, you should be teaching people about mortgages. Should be teaching people about how to put on the wash.
Should have actual economics.
Like actual economics, and also how to run a house.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That would be helpful, because a lot of time I'm like,
here's how you make fucking
like
truffles.
How to stitch trousers. Because as a big guy, like, I'm ripping trousers. You know what I mean? I'm fixing back up.
Like a wee creepy Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, just like just my bollocks and lack of arse, just rip stuff open. But yeah, I think that that it could be more applied and more useful. And again, like, the amount of, like, it's mental to me to be like, sit someone down when they're 15 or 16 and go, what do you want to do until you die? I mean, like, who knows? I don't even know what I'll do the weekend. It's mental to make a kid pick a career, I think. You know, so, and I mean, I would be of the opinion, I think, like, the opinion at school, that the school I went to was like, you do this, then you go on to university, and this is how you apply. And I'm like, I could have done with a break and then decided what I wanted to do before going into uni.
Some people do that, to be fair.
Yeah, but then at the time I was almost like, you're wasting time.
But you know what, see this notebook that I have that everyone slags, and then they see me use it and see the way you can see it, like, you can save, like, a bit you're working on as a separate file instead of a big load of fucking random notes, and it's all disjointed. You're like, that's that one bit's file, and everyone's like, I would actually use that. Yeah,
but you know what, I think it's like anything, it's like, I was listening to a podcast with Andrew Huberman and Dorian Yates talking about, like, approaches to weightlifting and stuff, and he Dorian Yates is known for doing high intensity training and taking loads of time off to rest and recover. Everybody's different. What works for you, go for it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I think that's approach.
Like, everyone's done that. No, it actually works. An actual notebook. I will lose it.
But you know what?
Have you ever met me?
But see, whenever you're an old guy like me, it is like old man dad banter to go, you know, it also works in a notebook. Like, you know, that is fun. They're
like, fuck up, old man.
Yeah, you're like, yes, this guy's a dick. Save the spare file.
I'll fucking dox you. Shut up.
But then you know what? Another thing again. I don't know if other people feel
you'll say that, like, a notebook works well, and then see when you don't know how to get the Sky Sports on, who do you call?
Yeah.
We sexy young boys.
Yeah. I mean, I've got them on speed dial anyway. That's already glazed me.
You don't even like football?
No. But no, but then what I do enjoy, like, I like a wee notebook and all. I love a wee new notebook.
Yeah.
I love a new book as well. Get a wee book.
See, why I like the Kindle is, like, sometimes I'm in the mood to read, but maybe not that specific book.
Yeah.
And there's you can just switch back in.
Yeah.
It's so for me.
Yeah.
Because I can't hyper focus on anything.
See, and that's good. And then again, like, it's bad. I did a joke back in the day. It got me into trouble. It was like, I was what was known as in my day as a bit of a handful, or by today's terms, autistic.
Yeah.
And people are like, that's making it. I'm like, well, the joke's actually about you, the labels.
It's actually about societal attitude.
You know, it's actually about labels, but whatever. Yep. But my point being is, like, you know, there are probably maybe less so your generation, but like there are people who are probably dealing with conditions that are just not diagnosed.
Yeah.
So if you can find things that work,
well, that's when
for
people
it.
go, everyone's autistic or ADHD, and I'm like, I kind of think they are.
Yeah.
I think everyone's one of two camps.
but you know what
So
people
it's like
say.
there was no autism back in my day. Like your granddad was just odd. I'm like the man who bit me because I went a different way to Asda than he normally goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Just he's just an oddball, is
Yeah, he's the character. He's
Yeah.
eating boot polish.
he? Yeah, the
oh,
man
he's
who wakes up at
something.
8 a.m. every day with no alarm.
Yeah.
He's not.
But like, I look at my granny, right, and I go, like, it's sad to see the way, like, she clearly had mental health problems, and like they just, you know, like she got really like in her head paranoid about stuff and would think like people would break into her house and move stuff and all. And I'm like, they were like, fuck, what's she like? And you're like, no, she probably could have been, her life could have been made a lot easier had there been understanding of different mental health conditions.
and this could just be me never having left here. I feel here's really bad for too when someone's like, you know, intellectually disabled.
Yeah.
Say, I don't know the correct phrasing.
Uh-huh.
Right, but people go, he fucking takes a wise man to act a fool, and you're like,
Yeah.
no, he is fully disabled.
But then also there are people who like I know people who have like dyslexia, and in school, traditional ways, people have been like, they're struggling there, or like they're not that smart. But you can be really, you just not with that particular
Imagine
process.
having Tourette's in the 1830s in school.
Yeah.
Be like,
Why?
I can't.
Yeah, and then the
I
teacher's
can't
like, "What did you say? Wanker!" And they're like, "Excuse me," and they keep the teacher beat the fuck out of them.
Yep. Back in our day, that was just called bad manners. No,
Yeah.
it wasn't. I mean, it was, but it's still this thing now.
Yeah. But then also,
Paraplegic. Back in my day, couch potatoes, what we called that.
but where I do have a bit of I'm like, is it? I get there's a spectrum, but there are people who I think almost want to have something.
Well, yeah,
You know,
because
but then there are people who need it more. You know,
Yeah.
there are people who are really struggling with like severe like Asperger's or something.
Yeah.
And then someone's like, I just like my Coke to be at the front of the fridge. And you're like, well, you know, I don't think you need the lanyard as much.
I'm
you know?
OCD. I have to do my rice for 90 seconds in
I
the
know.
microwave. No, it's just how
That's
rice
it.
gets cooked.
Packet,
That's
yeah.
yeah.
So
I mean, I am continuously fighting the ADHD allegations, like, and will never accept it.
No.
But every time someone's like, here's what you do for ADHD, and then I do it, I'm like, oh, I can,
Yeah.
that actually
do you know
works
what
for me.
though? I do think I am on a spectrum of some order, because I like things done a certain way, and I can't do things unless the previous thing has been done first, and I just can't.
You
get
are
past that.
very pernickety about things.
Yep.
And that's when, once I find out someone is like that, and then they
Uh-huh.
get annoyed at me for not doing that,
Yeah.
very funny to me.
Yeah.
You do get like that. You're like, why don't you do it this way? And I'm like, why don't you fuck
Yeah,
off?
I'm like, okay, you know, but like, for example, I can't get my head around how people can sit in mess. I mean, like, I can't see if I have like a nice time to have,
Yeah.
or I have something I'm looking forward to. I'm like, well, I can't possibly sit tonight and watch a movie unless I have tidied my entire house, hoovered it, dusted it, put everything away, everything's in order, and I sit down. I can't sit down and have a good time until that's all done.
Oh, I love that. Because you would hate how I live,
Yeah.
but I'm not dirty. Like,
Yeah.
things don't smell.
Well, all right, okay. I was gonna say, well, I've heard otherwise.
No, like, things don't smell. I would never leave, like, food
Yeah.
in my room. I wouldn't leave dishes. If it gives
Yeah.
off a scent, I'll clean it. A mess to me isn't a mess because I know where it is.
Yeah.
See, if you were to go, where's that plug? I'm like, it's over there.
And listen, I know this is a problem I have, but see if somebody is genuinely like dirty and lazy. I hate laziness more than anything. That's the trait that I hate in people.
Yeah.
Laziness. And see if I know, like, if your house is absolutely rotten and stinking, I will and I'll sublime, like, it's like your man with Tourette's. I can't help my face going.
Do you ever walk into someone's house and you get, like, there's
Yeah.
a waft
Yeah.
the minute you step in the door?
And I will say something and I don't mean it to be rude, you know, but I'll be like, why?
You're a smelly cunt.
Yeah, I'll be like,
With
why-
all due respect.
Like, I have done that before. Like, why have you done? Why are you living like this? Like, what are you doing? And they're like, oh, it's sweet. No, I'm like, and like,
What are you doing?
you know what you could do? Brush the crumbs off your fucking worktops. It's that hard. No, it takes 2 seconds and doesn't attract rats. You stinker.
Yeah, that kind of mess does my head in.
Yeah.
But, like, disorganisation, I can kind of thrive in that.
Like, see a big shite left in the bog, like, flush it, and then if there's skitters down the
I
back,
have a wee touch of autism myself. I
Yeah.
flush my shites.
listen, get me the online test.
God, I'm so autistic. I had to wipe my hole today.
But then you know what? Some people don't wash their hands or wipe their holes. Some people will not wipe their holes.
Sometimes I'll not wash my hands.
And you know what? I remember
If I've not touched my cock, I won't wash my hands.
But what if you touch your shit pipe?
Obviously, you wash your hands.
Yeah, but the guy came out of a toilet, public toilet, and I was in London and went straight out, and I was like, "You're going in," and I was in a tube. I'm like, "You're going just to touch stuff with shite on."
He's not shitting.
Oh, okay.
The amount of time someone's done that to me, see me coming out of like a toilet cubicle, and be like, "You didn't wash your hands." I'm like, "Wasn't."
Yeah.
Pooing.
Oh, right, having a good time in a tube. What a mental place to take gear.
You're in London. They're doing coke all the time.
So I'm just the way innocent.
You're like, can't believe he didn't even wash his hands. This hyperactive man didn't even wash his hands and just talked to me about Lord of the Rings.
I just thought he was really hyped to get a big shit out of him.
No, dude.
Fuck, I got that.
Is this genuinely a revelation for you that he may not have been shitting?
You go to the toilet, you shit, no? Fuck, look at you young guys.
No, mate.
Fucking hell. Well, anytime I'm in a cubicle, I'm either shitting or pissing.
Yes, don't touch your nose as you're saying
I know.
Anyway,
Yeah.
That's right. Smell that.
But yeah, like, see if you have someone coming around the house, you'll tidy it up, won't you?
No.
Well, then that's a problem.
No. Depends what level I'm at. If it's like food and all everywhere, I'll clean that up.
Yeah.
See if I've just a bit of everything everywhere. No.
Yeah. Like, my day was nearly ruined today because I don't want to say Catherine didn't put the washing machine on before bed last night, or the dishwasher.
No, but here's what you are, right? So if someone does that, he won't go, "Can you clean? You didn't do the dishes, can you do them?" You'll slam the washing machine loudly and grumble to yourself.
Yeah.
That's what you'll not directly go, "You didn't do that." You'll and I'm like, "You fucking tell me, it hasn't entered my head. I'm not in your head."
Yeah, well, that's good. But
done.
then some other people deal with things differently. You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
I now know that about you. That I'll be like, "Listen," and you'll be, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, if you tell me,
but then there are other people, friends of ours, who would be like, have a huff forever with you. And you're like, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah. Whereas if I there's times you huff with me and I'll just go, "What the fuck's the problem?"
I like that, and then I'll go, "There you go, this is it."
Because I love an argument. Some people don't like confrontation. To me, confrontation doesn't mean a scrap every time. It just means, all right, I didn't know that. Didn't know that bothered you.
But then you also like to carry it on too. You know, and then I'm like, "Man, you're now getting annoying." You're like, "Why am I annoying? Is this annoying? What's annoying about that?" And I'll be like, "Oh, is it fucking
I am a skilled button pusher. I go out of my way
You're
to find out.
You're skilled bollocks, is what you are, yeah?
Yeah, I go out of my way to find out what your buttons are.
Yeah.
And then just, for my own amusement, say, like, "Can I make him cry today?"
Yeah. You know, another thing I really fucking hate is, see when you're in a pub or a restaurant or somewhere, and you just leave stuff at your table. Like, see if I'm in a pub, I'll always leave the glasses at the bar and say thank you.
Oh, no, I don't do that. I thought you meant, like, I leave my belongings at the table when I go somewhere.
That's, yeah.
I was like, yeah.
But, like, see people just, I hate people just assume people are going to lift up after them.
That's cleaning up after yourself. And that's outside of your own realm, outside of your own domain.
I also like manners.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes people, you know, it's a real American thing. Whenever, like, you're ordering food and say, "I'll do," I was like, "Will you? You'll do a toasty, will you?" I want to see someone get up on the table and fuck a toasty. If they're like, "I'll do a toasty," ooh, you know what I mean? Could I please have a toasty? Not, "I'll do one."
You guys,
you'll do it.
I don't know. You guys make fun of me for my manners.
Yeah, but no, I don't. I appreciate it, but it is cute, and it's so different to you normally. Because you'll be all like, "That's fucking this and all." Everybody go, "Oh, thank you," and it's that.
Because I am actually really people are surprised I'm really, really well mannered. Yeah, it's a thing I'm very strict on.
Yeah.
But not like, you hold the knife with a certain hand. I'm just like, just say thank you.
Yeah.
And here's why. See, especially if you're in hospitality or you're in a restaurant, they are touching your food.
Yeah. And they're going to do your toasty.
They'll ball bag your salad, like.
Yeah, they'll toss it.
They'll stick some croutons on that bastard for you for nothing. So say thank you.
Yeah, I think that's important.
Have you seen this thing online that has broken my wee heart this week of Punch the Monkey?
Oh, is this the monkey that has a wee cuddly toy? It's a wee orangutan. He's very sweet, isn't he? So you love wee cute things, don't you? Like, you love it. You love it.
Do you know, there's people like, "You're an annoying wee cunt and a slobber," and I'm like, only to things that don't need help.
Yeah.
See, if something's helpless and weak, I'm very nice to it. It's when someone's like strong and I'm like, "Fuck you, you need brought down a pig."
But I guarantee you'd hug that wee monkey if you could.
I would hug that wee monkey because it was abandoned by its mother, so they gave it a toy, and now it thinks the toy's its mum. So, and then the other monkeys beat it up, so it gets like the fuck kicked out of it, and it goes and hugs the monkey.
Oh, the monkey's wee dicks, like.
And there was one there, they beat it up and it ran away to hide and tried to hide in this wee hole, but the toy was too big to get in, and he was just yanking on it. And I think I'm just like, aren't we all punch the monkey sometimes?
We all are.
Aren't we all? We are punch the monkey! We carry the faith.
Oh, yeah, I think that's a real good...
But, we all feel a wee bit helpless in that, and that's how I sympathise with punch the monkey.
But you know what? That's a good thing to recognise. See, if you need a wee bit of help, it's okay. Yeah. You need a wee bit of comfort, that's okay.
That's like, if someone cannot jack the ladder and like someone trying to impress someone, I'm like, fair enough, but they're a dick immediately to someone below them.
Yeah.
In a way, I don't like that.
Yeah. No, I don't like that either. I just, you know what? I think things that are free are being civil and being nice and appreciating other people. Now, if people wind you up, I think this is my view. I know I look like I think very different to this, but like, I think if you're a dick, it's okay to dislike someone for being a dick.
Yeah.
But like, doesn't matter. You can be a white dick, black dick, gay dick, whatever dick. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter. If you're a dick, you're a dick. It's universal.
Yeah. I was saying there's a difference in being a dick for banter.
Yeah.
Which I get, like, I do that and it gets misinterpreted. Like, why do you do that? And I'm like, because I know that's a dicky thing. It's funny to me to be like, imagine I thought this was fine, but I don't articulate that. And people just think I'm a dick.
Yeah. But then that is the funny thing too, where like, I sometimes do and say things that I know are so preposterous that surely people think it's a joke.
Yes,
people don't, and you're like, but clearly that's mental that you think like that. I would say that, Yeah.
And then it also like it blows my mind sometimes. Like some people are self-centered, which is fine.
Yes,
but it would just not enter my head to be that.
No.
So when they're like getting around or whatever, and like people wouldn't pay, in their mind they're like, I'm really clever because I'm saving money, but I'm like, you're a fucking rat.
Yeah.
Pay the 30 quid like everybody else has.
Yeah.
Or, some people don't like this, I think this is fine. If you go, I don't do rounds, I just get mine. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Some people don't like that.
What I hate though too, right? I hate when you're a group of mates and if you get like your dinner and you're all out as a group of mates together, it doesn't matter what happens, within reason you split it.
Within reason.
Yeah.
Right? But if I've got a £10 small plate, and you've got a 30 quid steak, I'm not, and some cocktails.
Yeah,
I'm not splitting that.
But then this is why you need to surround yourself with good people. They should all.
You're
respect
not a bad
that.
guy for getting a steak.
I know that. No, but if you're going out and be like, we're splitting the bill, you're getting steak, you're ordering Bollinger, you're balling in, and you're like, what are you having? Or you're just having. I'm just having a wee biscuit and a coffee. Then you're taking the piss. But usually, if you're out with a group of mates, you should know all within kind of a rough budget. And see, that's the thing. Like when you go on like trips with mates, like say it's a stag do or something, you throw a load of money in the kitty and you just do rounds, keep it all together. Or if you're doing a round, you stick with the wee smaller group.
But I think it's fine to go, I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But what I hate is when people whip out their wee calculators and their phones and all and go, actually, I only got this.
Yeah, mine's actually £3 cheaper. I'll give you to fuck up.
But I think people should say that more. Be like, oh, sorry, there's £3 there, mate. Oh, I don't want to. He goes, no.
I've done that. I went, there's a £5.
Yeah, you have to.
Shut up.
I hate people like that. And then you see it back in my mind. I'm like, they're dicks. They'll never be in my list again.
But same people who are like, every time it's around, they go missing or, those my pets. You should be glassed for that.
I think, you know what? I think so. And I think we should start that as a thing. Sorry,
I'm heading home here.
Yeah.
Not before I get my pint, you son of a bitch.
I remember one night, there was a night I got thrown out of the bot for glassing a mate of mine.
What?
And there wasn't like a classic glass in the thing.
Classic glass.
Yeah, we had a wee circle and this is how stupid boys are. Like and every time we finished a beer, we would break the bottle and stab each other with it. And then like there was wee cuts and all over us. And then the puncher came over and goes, what the fuck are you doing? And it was just a table full of glass. And we're like, oh, every time we finish a beer, we're breaking and stabbing each other with it. And then he was like, that's fucking mental, get out. And then we were outside being like, oh, it's a bit stingy now. Like, and it's just, I look back at that now and go, what a fucking idiot. Like,
that's hilarious. Can we bring that back?
But it was.
Which comedians would take out the worst if you glass them?
Shane. Can you imagine? Oh,
Shane and Andrew.
Yeah, oh no, those two would hate to be glassed.
Can't even take a glass.
And who would be the ones that would take it the best and have good crack at it? I reckon Casey would be on board.
Casey would take a glass.
Yeah.
Me and you would absolutely take a glassing.
Because like
you could hit me in the back with a chair, and if it's timed well enough, I'm like, that's funny.
Because like I remember some of the things we've done. Like see me and my mate Phil, we were like once we used to race when we were blocked and when we were wearing the brown shoes. Like you just were out. And I had this theory that I can't be beaten when I'm wearing brown shoes. And obviously he's much fitter, but I'm hard to beat in a runner on a short distance, and I always beat him. And I remember this one time in Glasgow, I beat him in this race, and he was raging, and I was gloating, and there was like rubbish left outside this house to be collected by the bin man, and he pulled up a curtain pole, like a fucking plastic curtain pole, and whipped me so hard it wrapped around, and it fucking marked my entire back was bleeding. It was awful, and I was like, that is classic. Like once it stopped being sore, I was like, that's pretty.
I've done that before, and people aren't on the level of banter.
Yeah.
Well, I thought this was banter. Looking back now, it really wasn't. Yeah. I had a mate in my house. He was like asleep, and I was steaming. I came in, and I thought it'd be really funny to do this. Just took my belt off and beat the fuck out of him. And I was like, "Why did you do that?" And I was like, "Was that not really funny?" And they're like, "No, you just beat the fuck out of him with a leather belt."
But there are times that if you're on board with that, that's the most fun in the world. But
he wasn't on board. He wasn't out. He was just asleep on the sofa. I came in from a night out, was like, watch this. And like, up you get more.
Yeah, my mate Macca, who I was talking about earlier with the Man United hat on, he passed out a house party once, and we got a big tub of Vaseline and just got the Vaseline and 2 big bits of Vaseline on his eyes. He woke up and thought he was blind because he couldn't open his eyes. He was like, oh no. And then he was like, oh, not sweet. But he was so panicked for like the first few minutes, thought he was blind. But I mean, it's all good crack. Like, even like I remember on my stag do, it became a thing where like it was in Lisbon.
Wait, no, I wasn't there.
And but sure, yeah, that was a long time ago. I didn't even. You were probably a boy at that stage still, and we had there open candles, like just flames everywhere. So we pulled the plastic straws. We were just melting the ends of straws and just stick them. And then on another stag do, they had like these cocktail sticks.
Just light it for ages.
Oh,
hold it, and then when it goes out, just fucking stick it on someone's. I still got burns in my hands from
and we had like there was these like sticks, like big looked like cocktail sticks, and every time we finished, just sticking in people's heads. So we were all chatting. There's all these cocktail sticks sticking out of our head, and I just thought it was hilarious. And like looking back and going, that's fucking idiotic behaviour.
I still love doing shit like that, and it does Mickey's heads in or his head in.
Oh no!
Because he'll be talking to me and he'll turn around and I'm just like taking a bite out of a glass and he's like, why are you doing that? But if you do that like so deadpan in the face, you're like,
but next time just finish a ball, stab him. But I mean, this is the thing. See, whenever you're in like everyone's hyped up and there's adrenaline going and you're just being silly, like that's my biggest problem.
It is the funnest thing.
Is when I get so silly and like just having a good time and I lose run himself, and I'm not able to hold the drink like I used to either. So it's like, oh no,
you are not.
No, it's a problem.
No.
Certainly not on the Manjaro. That's a problem.
Yeah.
So that's why I try not to do that anymore.
Yeah, you can't. You can't.
No, but it's inside me.
Oh, we bastard, Davey. You and Keezy are the 2 biggest transformed.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Yeah, like, and this is why I don't lose the head with people. Is because I'm like, I know, I've done that. I've been there. I've lived it, and I know it was stupid. And I've matured.
Yeah.
But really, like, a bit of me deep inside still wishes he could, but he can't.
Yeah. I can see if I ever get like a wife and kids or whatever and settle down, I will be a very sensible boy.
Yeah.
But until then.
But you know what?
Vippy, licky, licky.
Licky. Yeah. But you know what? It is, and there is that thing that you do end up definitely enjoying different things. Like, just a bit of peace, like.
Aye.
It's nice watching the football. Match a day.
You tear up.
I know.
Watch your football.
But then there used to be nothing better. There was nothing better than back in the day. Like, see, when I lived in a house with all my mates and we were working, and you come home on a random fucking Wednesday night, and they'd be like, "Don't go to the pub." You'd be like, "Yeah, dude."
Yeah, it's brilliant.
And then you're not like, "Oh, I might have a hangover tomorrow." It's like, "No, we'll deal with that when we get to it."
Still my life now.
That is, there's nothing better.
It's bordering on sad, but that's still my life now.
But then see when you're there, and like you live with 4 fellas. And one of them's up for it, and then you go into the other one's room, 2 wee boys. We're going to the pub, do you want to go? Yes. And you're like, oh no. It's like, surely he'll not go. Yeah. And you go into the 4th, and it's all 4 of you. You're like, oh, look at this.
It's good crack. Like.
Look at this.
Can I ask, why is someone so good at football, you're absolutely shite at the fantasy league? Huh?
Yeah, listen, you know what?
You've called me sneaky. What have I done?
You've just been doing it every week. But like, this is why I think you're sneaky, because I forgot about it for like 4 or 5 weeks, and then was like, I'm getting back into this. But then I was like, I thought I was being sneaky by getting back into it. So then seeing people still do it, I'm like,
Yeah, you're like, well, he's being sneaky. Every time I've seen him, I went, how's the fantasy? Like, there's no sneakiness about it.
I know, there's no...
Openly asking him.
But then I go and I look at, like, and then there's nothing worse when I think you've forgotten about it.
Yeah.
And then I go to look at your team and I've gone, fuck. Like, you did one week, out of nowhere, stuck Igor Thiago in, captained them, the bastard scored a hat-trick. How the fuck do you know? How the fuck do you know that? The wee dick. And I'm sitting in my house, my mum, you know this, that there are times I'm in my house going, that wee fuck. And then there's at least 10 seconds where I'm going, that bastard. And then I go and look at Casey. I go, Casey's done a turn. Yeah, fuck. And then I know Fitton's at it every week. Fitton's running away. He's fucking Pep Guardiola.
Joe, I know if you've not been doing it, if you still have Haaland in.
Yeah.
Because he's shite at them. Not shite.
Yeah, but then I do keep Haaland in, I'll tell you why. Because he's the sort of fucker you take out and then he'll just find form and score 7.
Get Pedro instead of Haaland.
Oh, you know what the
Pedro's
worst
in form.
one? I thought I put João Pedro in. João Pedro?
Did you put it?
Yeah, I thought I put João Pedro in. I didn't. I put fucking Balashile in defence instead.
Shite.
Yeah. Stupid. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll take Haaland out maybe, but
get him. He doesn't get any more than 2 points in a week.
Then I bet he scores 7 in the next game.
We've just turned into fucking the rest of this football.
I know. But listen, speaking of, we're going to go over to Patreon now. I've just hit the hour mark here. So, well, you have a wee bit of something coming out soon. Is it going to be out
I think
yet?
I can announce it now. This might be premature, but
this will be out next week anyway, so there's time. Next Thursday.
Okay, this out next week. Yeah. So my tour is on sale. William Thompson, Touch Grass. So the idea of the show is they're looking at banning social media to under 16s.
Yes.
I'm looking at my generation, and then like my grandparents' generation, and going, okay, is this a good idea or bad? And it's very much like talking about growing up with social media and how's that fucked us up. Because I don't think anyone's really done a show like that yet.
Yeah, it has fucked us up.
And it's quite interesting, the kind of stuff I can tell. It's stuff that I like, and it's probably my favourite show I've written so far.
And what does the phrase touch grass mean? Touch
grass means you're online too much. Go out, see the world. Touch grass.
Ground. Be at one with nature.
So I know the 2 big shows in Belfast are in Limelight. I know I'm doing Portrush, Bangor, I think, Dublin, Kilkenny, Cork, 2 shows maybe 2 shows in Derry and Brickworks. Just all around the place. Go on to WilliamThompsonComedy.com or any William Thompson social media. All the tickets will be there.
You know what? Well, it'll be in the link of the description of the podcast, wherever it is you're getting it. WilliamThompsonComedy.com. Well, that was one of the most fun I've had in the podcast with you ever. And we're going to keep it going on Patreon. All right, bye.